Hello everyone, I'm back with another video for you today. This time we're taking a look at some aggro in Lorcana, what that looks like. Typically, the strongest aggro color combination is amber and green. Orange and green tends to be the way to go. You have some really solid early game with amber. Things like Lilo, of course, questing 2, even though it's a 1 cost card. You can then follow up with Simba, which is a bodyguard unit, so you can protect your Lilo behind the Simba on turn 2. Very, very powerful, and there's only a few lines from the other colors that can really effectively deal with this, particularly Rafiki in purple is really good against this, allowing you to kill the Simba with Rush, deal with the Lilo and whatnot. Some other things like Gaston in red can answer. The steel units can answer this, but if you're not running into a set of very particular cards, then Lilo's Simba combo is very powerful from amber. And then the green color has a lot of really solid aggressive options. You've got the Tinkerbell, which is sort of one of the weaker ones, just an evasive unit. We've got Cheshire Cat, pretty annoying sticky unit that the opponent doesn't really want to kill, but they're going to have to against your deck because you're questing so much. Flint Rider, again, a similar situation, just trades very efficiently, taking a card from the opponent's hand while questing for 2. And then it's really in the 5s here. We've got the Kuzco, very, very solid 3 questing and ward, so the opponent can't just deal with it with spells, and also, can trade with their units. That's a really powerful card. Mad Hatter's also pretty decent, another 3 quester. And Hand's pretty solid at 4, gives you 3 questing for 4 ink. We're going to be using Just in Time in this deck. Some versions of this don't run this card. I think it's pretty solid. This deck might not quite have enough 5 ink cost cards to justify the Just in Time. We've only got, the Kuzco, the Mad Hatter, the Maximus. Maximus is a great option, bodyguard, allowing you to protect your units. You could think about running Goofy in this deck. It's another bodyguard unit for 5. If you want more Just in Time targets, that can be something you can choose to do. You could even cut Stitch, you can cut Hades. These cards are questionable in this deck, I would say. But Hades gives you a bit more steam when you're running out. Kind of a card draw card in a sense, lets you return something. Can be really clutch at times to maybe take the Kuzco, they can't answer it because it's got ward, and then you can win the game with that. Otherwise, just, pump out some more 1s on the board and whatnot. The Stitch can be really amazing in some spots. You can shift it out for 4 onto your, low-cost Stitch in some games. Otherwise, it's sort of an engine that can quest for 3, but can also get you more cards drawn in those late game spots. So that can be really good. Rapunzel, also a very nice card, gives you 2 questing, but also some really nice card draw in certain spots where you're able to maybe throw your Maximus attack into a unit, or whatever it might be, and draw some cards with Rapunzel. We've got a very low curve here, so we're running a ton of 1s, we're running a lot of 2s. We really desperately just want to hit the 1, 2, 3 curve every game. That's the idea. And then 4 if you miss Just in Time. If you don't, then you're going to ramp into that 5 cost card and feel very good. But yeah, aggro in this game is fairly simplistic. You just want to quest as much as possible, really. Sometimes take a favorable trade here or there if it opens itself up to you. Maybe you don't quest immediately if your units are vulnerable and instead wait for a bodyguard. Do consider running some extra 5s in here. I'm not sure if the ratio is perfect. And of course, if you don't want to run the just-in-time variation, then there's other things you can do with some removal options in green. But that's sort of up to you. Anyway, let's get into some games. In we go. Ooh, just in time. Okay, we've got some nice options here. I'm gonna mulligan Mickey Mouse. We definitely don't want that. I probably get rid of Rapunzel, Tinkerbell, because turn 3 and 4 are taken up with Just in Time. And same with the Cheshire Cat. So this should be good. Just try to find a 5 ink cost card for the Just in Time. If we don't find it, it's kind of whatever. Let's get rid of probably the Duke. We have a lot of other 1 drops. We can go for the Lilo line here with Simba. Pretty strong early game. If we find a 5 cost, then Just in Time becomes really powerful here. Could run even more of those in the deck, 5 cost cards, just to, feel a little bit better, perhaps. yeah, the Simba gonna protect the Lilo. This is very strong early game, especially when you're going first. Really difficult to overcome, even for the best decks. Purple definitely can make something happen. They've got the turn 1 as well, which is pretty good for them. But will they have the follow-up? That's the question. Okay, Stitch can go. Do the Simba. Of course, I'm going to quest. I'm going to exhaust. If they're going to get through, they have to fight the Simba first. Need to find a 5 cost. It's kind of a bit sad if we don't. I did mulligan for it. But yeah, we don't have a huge amount of 5s in the deck. We have like 9. Could add a few more, I guess. That's a bit of a shame. So we didn't find it. So I'm just going to try to play for, you know, just play wide on the board. It's also kind of fine. We've got loads of questing value right now. Should be quite difficult to remove depending on what colors. Well, we know they're purple. So if they've got Rafiki now, then that's kind of good enough to at least get rid of the Simba. But yeah, definitely unsure if this is the correct amount of 5s. I mean, it could just be unlucky scenario, making it seem like it's not the correct amount. Ooh, they're ramping out with Mickey, okay. Lots of ink for the opponent, but we are at least maintaining this board. Very strong amount of questing going on here. Could go for Tinkerbell. I think I'm more inclined to just Cheshire Cat and try to preserve my cards. I could ramp out, but I don't, you know, I could get more in the way of ramp, but I don't really see the argument for it. I think we're just playing that Cheshire Cat. Holding the Tinkerbell for now. That can become our turn 4 play if we draw something rubbish like a 1 cost. And we've got 9 quests on board right now, so if they don't do something quickly, then ooh, let it go. It's kind of good for them. Lets them deal with my Lilos. Could have gone for the Tinkerbell and then one of them would have lived, but they've kind of got their value. Oh, they're actually killing my Flynn Rider. Interesting. I guess they want to use Mickey to kill the Lilo next turn. Kind of does make sense. I'm just going to keep questing. I think it's, of course, a Tinkerbell play here. Give the evasive to my Lilo. And again, I'm just going to not even go for the ink gain here. I think it's not necessary. So Tinkerbell doesn't actually really matter, but it is two quests, so if they can't remove everything here, we are winning. Pretty quick. We didn't even need the just in time, it turns out. Although, would have been nice. Would have been nice. Okay, looks like we got them. Just about. GG. Okay, next game. Okay, in we go. Get some really fast games with this deck. Okay, we have just in time. We have a Maximus. I really like that. And we even have the Simba as well. So, honestly, I might just keep this whole hand. I guess we can mulligan like Tinkerbell's kind of interesting. I kind of like the LeFou later on as just a two, maybe something like this. I'm feeling pretty great about this hand. We've got the combo that we need, basically. Get rid of Stitch. Lilo into Simba, if we want to do that. Basically, this is the nuts. This is like the perfect draw. They do have Captain Hook, which kind of answers my Simba pretty effectively. I'm going to try to keep the Lilo on the board regardless, though. I think it's correct. Let's get rid of the LeFou. Flynn Rider's just objectively better. Got bodyguards, and we're going to have a bodyguard next turn as well, so hopefully the Lilo value here will be really helping to get us to the finish line. Definitely steel is a rough time for this deck. It's going to be a rough time. Steel and amber, okay, that's a bit less rough. I'd be more afraid, I think, of steel purple. Steel amber, they might, you know... Oh, we'll see what they've got. Looks like they're skipping turn 2. That's really good for me. That's really good for me. And they're not killing Simba even. Okay, wow. Fine with me. Fine with me. Let's get rid of Mickey Mouse. Don't really need that. And we're just in time. The Maximus. Make it really difficult to get to my Lilo. This should just be a clean game, honestly. Maximus maybe isn't the best to have here, necessarily. It only quests 1, so we're a little slow, but I'm hoping it gives us enough time to just get the rest of our hand on the board, and then from there we can quest a lot. Got a Simba. Not particularly useful. I feel like this card is going to become quite powerful in later sets when more cards are printed. Maybe there's going to be discard synergy of some kind. Maybe not. There's potential there for sure. You know, we could go for a Rapunzel play. I don't hate it necessarily, but I think it's just better to Jim Jam these guys, honestly. I'll maybe hold on to Rapunzel in case we want to play that. Go questing. Pretty straightforward, isn't it? With aggro, you just go for it. Just really go for it. But yeah, definitely some of the games with aggro can feel a bit outside of your control if you're up against purple in particular. And steel purple. Sometimes it feels a little bit like you not in control. Okay, another win. Let's go again. Deck's certainly good for like quick climbing, you know. You kind of know very quickly whether or not you're winning, I feel like. Ooh, this hand's a bit rough. Let's actually get rid of pretty much all of this stuff, shall we? Maybe even the Lilo as well. I'm going first, so probably Lilo's fine. Get rid of all of that. I guess even the Duke could have gone there, to be honest. Okay, much better. We actually managed to find some good stuff. Hopefully I can get a 5 cost for the just in time. I think it was correct to mulligan the Duke as well. So I may get punished a little bit for the slightly suboptimal mulligan. This Lilo Simba combo is very nasty, really painful if you don't find what you need. Okay, we're up against red. That's something else. Sort of an argument to get rid of the hands here, potentially, and go for Lilo plus... LeFou plus Stitch. It's probably better to just go Cheshire Cat, I think. I get this on the board. It's just good to have the bodyguard. Essentially acts like another 2 lore, 2 questing, you know, body. But again, we're kind of lacking 5s. I'm pretty sad about that. I'm pretty sad about that. Maybe the ratios are not quite right here. There's an argument. I could see it. I could technically get more questing value if I play the 1 and the 2 here. I think I should do that. And then maybe go for hands. Then again, I don't know. I think it's just better to go Cheshire Cat. We keep more resources, you know. I'm not quite winning the game yet, so I think we should just curve out. You know, if we draw something really useless, like a just in time, then it wouldn't be so good for me. So is red purple? They don't have Rafaki, that's really good for me. Means we get another turn of Lilo value. Oh, just in time. The Maximus. The Maximus is just in time, if you know what I'm saying. And I think that should be pretty good news. Could get rid of LeFou. Play hands next turn. I guess I'm going to do that. Right now we have pretty good amount of questing on the board. You see how important Rafiki is, right? If they had Rafiki, they kill the Simba, they kill the Lilo. Suddenly we have a lot less lore. Now the Aladdin is a bit spooky. I'm a little afraid of the Aladdin. Can't really do much about it, so I'm just going to quest. But it is a bit spooky if they play bigger Aladdin on there. They can't really do that much with it, so I think we're going to be fine. I'm just going to play the hands. Small quest value, so get us closer to victory, even if they manage to break through the Maximus, which I think is unlikely. This is kind of how aggro can operate sometimes. If you draw the nuts and the opponent doesn't quite get what they need, then you kind of are winning. So yeah, we got them just about. They can break through and kill the Lilo, but hands plus Cheshire is enough to win. Very nice. Let's get one more game, shall we? Okay, I'm going second this time, not quite so high rolly. Not so good for me. I'm going to get rid of some of my more expensive cards. I'm going to keep the Maximus just-in-time combo. That's pretty important, probably. I'll probably use this other Maximus to get ink. Probably ink that. Okay, they've got Stitch. So this might be an aggro mirror. I did just draw another just-in-time, so perhaps getting rid of Maximus there is incorrect. I'm going to play Lilo. I'll do Lilo Simba. We can maybe catch up to them if they're going to be aggroing here. With, you know, the nuts. We've got the nuts in hand, in theory. This is hopefully probably good enough to beat the aggro mirror, depending on exactly what they have. If they also have the nuts, then maybe not. That's very fine. Simba's gonna go crazy. I think I actually get rid of Stitch here just to not show them what colors I'm playing. You don't have to show them the second color until a bit later. Not that it really matters, but there's something to think about there. Flynn, okay. So we're just going to want to trade off this Lilo. Really good value to trade that. With Simba. Just in time the Maximus. You know how this goes. We should be winning from this spot. I'm not a huge fan of the aggro gameplay, to be honest, in this game. It's like a little bit... It's not super difficult, complex, whatever you want to call it. It's pretty straightforward. That's gonna die. I'm gonna have to trade a bit because they went first, so they have sort of a bit of an advantage in that sense, but we should have control now. Got that Lilo value. Really, really solid. Really solid. Hades if we need it, although it doesn't actually look that strong right now. I think I will... I'm a bit sad I actually used the Maximus instead of... I could have just in timed it, right? So that feels a little bad. I think I actually will trade off the Flynn here. Get rid of the just in time. I don't think we need that anymore. It's actually quite good to kill that unit. Of course we can add the attack, although it doesn't really matter. We should begin to outpace their rate of questing now, because we have, you know, the bigger board. Definitely a huge advantage to go first in the aggro mirror, though. It's actually really quite debilitating in some games. If you don't have the perfect curve, then the opponent going first is going to be the difference a lot of the time, which... not super fun, not super fun. Okay, just in time's a bit cringe. I'm just gonna play this Hades out. I'm gonna quest here, of course. I think I attack the Stitcher. I want to extend the length of the game if possible, because I'm gonna outpower. I'm gonna outquest them in the long run. Could have actually gone for lethal there, I guess, technically. Maybe I should have done that. That might have been a slight mistake, actually. Hopefully it won't matter, but... I didn't calculate that, but I could have technically had lethal on board. Of course, they could kill my my Simba, so wouldn't really have been lethal, but might have made sense to do that. I think it's fine. I think it's fine the way I played it. So I got +7 here. Is it actually? Am I doomed here? Actually, this Tinkerbell's causing me real problems. I mean, you can just see how crazy strong it is to... oh man, not quite enough. So we're barely, I believe, winning this particular game. Definitely need to trade some stuff here. Discard that, it's fine. Look at that. If that Hades had been something a little better, it would have actually got me here. Which is insane. It's insane that I had the perfect curve. They kind of didn't have very much at all. But still very, very close game. I think that's going to be a bit of a... it's going to make playing aggro not very enjoyable. At least in this early set. Might be a different story once some more cards come out and whatnot, but for now, aggro mirrors, I do not want to play those, so I'm going to probably stick to control decks for the most part. Obviously this is good for climbing quickly if you want to climb the ranks on Pixelborn or whatever, but thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Subscribe as always for more. See you next time.